What are you doing?
Like, oh my god.
I don't even know what's going on.
Player one. Prepare yourself.
Don't forget our gift cards at RitaYanez.com, and so am I. Under your bed.
Turn on the light! Turn on the light!
Hi there, Leo. This is your weekly reading for the week of December 7th through 13th. How are you doing? Player one. On Monday, the card that you've drawn is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, so you may be feeling a little bored. I know. If you're in the United States, you're going into winter break here soon, and you may be feeling like you've had enough. It's kind of a funky week, though. I don't think it will affect you lovely Leos as much as it could affect the adults. It's not that the adults have that much to worry about either, but the focus is in a very sensitive place for them. A lot of people think that just because Leos have what people think to be big egos, that they're insensitive. That's not true. They're very sensitive. So it's just like anything else. Sometimes people that are just very out there, or just because they walk into the center of the room and love the attention, it doesn't mean that they're not sensitive. They're just happy types, and they love being there for other people. They love socializing. They're usually very, very sweet souls. So when you've got somebody who has their home life kind of disrupted, or they're feeling a little anxiety because of different life situations, then of course they're not really feeling their best. They're just good at putting on a happy face and not letting people really see this. Like, if you ever see a depressed Leo, let me tell you something. There is something significant going on, because they're just not that type of person. They really love to see the glass full. You could give it to them with 2 drops of water, and they say, wow, that's a lot of water. So just know that it just is probably a little bit of boredom, where you're feeling like you're just doing all of this. And maybe some of you that are trying to raise your grade point averages before the semester ends, that you're feeling like you're not getting ahead. Don't think of it in terms of, I gotta just get this done. As soon as it's over, I'm done. As soon as I do these, 100 multiplication problems on this piece of paper, I am done with math for never. So just remember, it could just be the way that you're feeling. But on Tuesday, we've got the Chariot card up, right? And this is great, because you're starting to see how things will come together, that no matter how annoying or irritating even some of your chores can be, for example, that when you're doing it and you do it with a smile, and your mom or dad or guardian, grandpa, whoever it is that raises you or takes good care of you, that they actually, when they see you smiling and whistling while you work, they love to come and give you a pat on the back or a hug and say, I love you, thank you so much. And you start to see how helping each other is really what it's about, is being there for each other, participating so that not one person has to do all the work. Because let me tell you, it's tiring. I don't have a husband. It's me and 3 boys. And so when I ask one of them to do the kitty litter, that I've pretty much relegated the one to kitty litter work, and then the youngest is really good at tidying up, actually really good at doing the general tidying up. They do it because they know, I've told them I can't do it all. I wish I could. I've got the energy for it, but it isn't fair, and it doesn't teach you anything if we don't show each other how to handle some life skills. Like me, my kids know how to shop all on their own for food, like to eat, to cook with ingredients. And I did that it became a necessity at one point But then it's something now that I'll just sit there and read in the vehicle while they go shopping. And it is so helpful because I know that these kids know how to shop and I know they're never going to starve. So even when we've got people kind of on us saying, vacuum the floor, trust me, you're going to be so glad, because even though my mother, she did all of the things for us, it really was to my detriment that she didn't make me or even let me do any of it. I never had to do any chores. When I was an older teen, she would try to get me to clean my room, and I was like the explosive closet girl. So before I'd go out, I would try on everything, and I would just lazily sling it on the bed, which meant that I'd come home and be too tired to put it away, and then I'd have to bribe my Leo girlfriend to come help me, and she did so willingly so many times. But, I really wish my mother had made me learn how to sweep properly, learn how to do things. I remember when I was so little that I had to stand on a chair to be next to her at the sink doing dishes, and it was before my parents had remodeled their home, and it was so small, and she would say, no, I don't want you to get hurt or cut yourself, so you could stand here and talk to me, but no, you're not going to do the dishes. So my mother she didn't even teach me how to bake a cake. So not even from a packaged mix, because she just loved doing it all. And I think it kept her busy, but it didn't help me. So just remember that your caregivers, the people that take care of you or are supposed to, if they're not teaching you, you might want to say, hey, can you kind of, for real, teach me how to clean a bathroom so that I know how to do this? Look, when you go to college, you may be dorming somewhere if you leave the area where your family home is. Now, you're going to end up figuring it out really quick, but probably not before you bleach a carpet and are fined for it, or accidentally bleach your shoes in the process because you didn't know what the ratio to mix the bleach was to disinfect. So learn what you can, because it's all about getting independent. And where does independence happen? College, yeah. So on Wednesday, we've got the Queen of Pentacles upright. And this is somebody who really could give you that helpful, practical advice that we're talking about. Maybe I've been a part of your life now, giving you that desire to say, hey, mom, show me how to shop for groceries. Just explain things to me. Now, if your mom is tired and she's like, I don't even want to, say, but I love you. I want to help you with this. Can you show me how to do it? And maybe you could get her to help you with this too. She could be an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, or she could just be somebody who's got those very earthy qualities, like she's a good mom. She cleans her own house. This is a person who does her chores, and she loves to sing while she does something, and she is there to give you some practical advice. And it could be a counselor or a mediator, maybe even the principal at the school, that you're saying, hey, look, I think I am deficient in some life skills. Can I take home ec again? If I've got enough credits and, that kind of thing. And maybe they'll let you. Maybe you need to talk to somebody to get some advice. On Wednesday, also here, I want to add that the sun in Sagittarius is squaring Chiron in Pisces. So Sagittarius, being your solar fifth house of romance and dating, would be more appropriate for you guys than most likely the adults, because the emphasis really isn't on dating for them. It's on more like creativity and children and children's needs. But for you guys, it is going to be more about the romance department. So Chiron in Pisces squaring off with the sun in Sagittarius sometimes makes us have to look at things realistically. So yeah, I suppose there could be some adults that experience it this way if they're dating or they're very young, and so they're flitting from person to person. We see serial daters being Leos so often, and it's kind of funny because it really is more like a friendship. They actually really make great exes because they're the kind of exes that are still your friends when you're not dating them. I know that sounds weird, but like if anybody should ever marry somebody and hope that they've got the right person to divorce if anything goes wrong, it's probably going to be a Leo, believe it or not. They make really good co-parenting partners. They're really even-keeled. It's almost impossible to piss one off. There has to be something about them that's not right already, like some flaw in the character that maybe wasn't corrected as children or something such as this, because they really do make good exes. They're just easy breezy. They'll even help you set up your own baby shower, even though they're your husband's ex-wife, so they're actually really fun. So for you, I think that this is more talking about more or less that you need to remember that even if something doesn't work out in a relationship, or you find out that you've been friend zoned, or they don't really like you that way, it's okay, because it doesn't mean that you can't be friends. And with friends, you have fewer enemies is what I say, is that at least if somebody's in your friend zone, or if somebody's there for you, they might jump in if you ever get jumped or something in a parking lot at school. That Leo is probably the one who's going to come in and, tear somebody off of you to try to talk it out. So keep that in mind. On Thursday, we've got the Fool card upright, which is probably a good sign for you, because it shows me that you tend to bounce back very quickly this week from any romantic setback. Anyway, that you realize, I want to sing a song that Liza Minnelli popularized. And if you figure out who she is, it tells me either your parents are much older, or you are just that savvy. Life is a cabaret, old chum. And so this is where you really figure out that life is just fun, and it's okay. We're not meant to be with everybody. When people stuff it down their throats, each other's throats, about the soulmates, then you get these kids thinking that there's only one soulmate possible. Not true at all. There's plenty of people, and they come and go until you end up with the person that you want to be with forever, or try at least, somebody that you're thinking of marrying in the future when you're old enough, which to me is in your 30s at the youngest. I have a different view on things, but I think it's becoming more of the standard here, that you wouldn't be out of college, you wouldn't have bought your house, you wouldn't have been ready, in most of the ways that we want people to be ready when they go to start having a family, because whether you give birth to them or adopt them, it doesn't matter. These are the souls you're entrusted with, and a soul is not like a puppy, although a puppy has a soul as well. We are entrusted to keeping the creature safe, but a child is going to be around a lot longer than a dog. And so, of course, there's a big responsibility. So just know life is a cabaret. And on Friday, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune here is really great because you've got a new moon in Sagittarius, your solar fifth house. And for you guys, this new moon is actually not going to be fraught with any other underlying current like it will for everyone else, all of the adults, every single one of them. It's just not the cleanest new moon, but it is a pretty good one. We just have to get through it and see how we can work with it. But for you guys, it's going to be in that dating house again. So there could be somebody else that pops up right there on the radar. And since you guys aren't attempting to get married, have children, procreate, be intimate, since really what you're doing is being friends, it will be a lot sweeter for you than it will be for most people. And you'll be feeling on top of your game. And on Saturday, we've got the Magician in reverse, which, okay, so the weekend you might be coming down with the virus. Watch yourself, because we are in the virus and flu season here in at least this part of the northern hemisphere. And I think that for the adults, it's going to work out a little differently. The fatigue will be fatigue, but I think with you guys, it's going to be more like you're coming down with a virus, a cold, a thing such as this. So don't party like a rock star every night, Friday and Saturday night this weekend. Get some chicken soup. Ask your mom if she'll teach you to make chicken soup, or your dad. Ask your dad how to make chicken soup. It's so freaking easy. You just have to sit there and maybe have some videos or music playing in the kitchen. And, you take a big pot of water. The best way to do it is to buy a pack of at least 6 chicken thighs with the bone and the skin. You get that water boiling. Please be careful. Cook with another person supervising you or with you, so that we don't have a mistake like a cuff or a sleeve catching fire on a gas stove. And so then you put those chicken thighs in there, and you're going to let that boil so that the beautiful golden fat, which is really what is so helpful to even move mucus and other delicious things. I'm kidding. That sucks. That's so gross. But anyway, this is where we get the real nutrients and the flavor. And for some reason, chicken soup really is healing. I think it happens on a few different levels, not just on the digestive tract, but it also is great on a spiritual level. Chicken soup for the soul, those books? So you may be coming down with a little something there. Just be good to yourself. If you've got vitamin C, the best way to take it, I've always found, is about 1,000 milligrams a day, at least for 3 days, when you think you're getting sick. And then make sure that you're taking your vitamin C daily. And if your family can't afford vitamin C, make that something of a priority for yourself to maybe help pitch in when you babysit, or if you have a part-time job, to pitch in studying what some of the vital nutrients are that we should all have in, our vitamin bottles, because there's nobody who's eating enough fruit, citrus, to get vitamin C. Trust me, this is something that you need from just not just fruits, but also vegetables and a combination of them. So it is good insurance to be able to take that vitamin C to help keep yourself well. On Sunday, we've got the Three of Swords in reverse, and I feel that it is the same energy as it is with the adults, that you're going to bounce back just fine, start the healing either from the virus, but I think with you guys mostly it's because of whatever it was that was happening at the beginning of the week, where maybe you just weren't feeling well enough, or a little bit of the drama because of an old relationship or a passing thing, and you'll see that you'll be doing just fine, and that you'll, even if you do need to take a rest, and if you have a sore throat or something, just ask if you can stay home from school. Don't milk it though, just make sure that you stay home and you sleep in. I tell people at times when they need to get that extra rest, but they can't sleep, to take NyQuil during the day. Wake up, do whatever you got to do, brush your teeth, get back in bed with the NyQuil and sleep it through. Just sleep through it so that your body has a chance to fight for its right to be healthy, dude. So make sure that you take good care of yourself this week, and I'll be talking to you soon.